It reason. Also, I beg to mention item number 2, Lordship. The conducting council M. Nirula is unavailable today, Lordship. It's a part
Item number?
item number 2, Lordship. Part hard, Lordship. Conducting council M. Nirula is unavailable, Lordship.
Name is not even reflected in the cause list.
Last time she had argued in this case, then it is part hard. Only accommodation for the day, Lordship.
As prayed for by Mr.
P. Board member.
P. Bordoloi, list this matter,
Any day, Lordship.
give a date next week. On such and such date, as the arguing counsel, MSMN,
M.
M.
Nirula.
Nirula is indisposed.
Apply it.
Item number 15. I was appointed as the amicus melon. And Leonard Finn appears, my name is not shown today morning, yes.
In item 15, Mr. N. Becca, Leonard Amicus Curie submits that since his name has not been reflected in the cause list, he has he came to know about the listing of the matter in court after the Leonard Counsel appearing for the respondent. Petitioner appellant has informed him. Stop. And you are for?
For the accused.
For the respondent.
Yes, sir.
This is an appeal against
Acquittal.
Marsha and Decca Leonard Amicus Curie for the respondent itself, right? And list, when do you want it?
Come up after the BU vacation.
List on such and such date by reflecting the name of Mr. N. Decca Leonard Amicus Curie for the respondent.
24.
Convenient?
Convenient.
Maybe you're also. My lord, item number 10, that is a criminal revision petition, my lord. That is it is a year of 2013, my lord. That in that year, my lord, that time, my lord, including this informant was not necessary. Now, after going through this, my lord, today, I have seen that lordship may find it that informants, including informant.
This matter is under which provision? IPC
326.
326 informant is required.
Now it is, I don't know, but
You are making a submission, Mr. Sharma. You should know.
No,
Boxing matters, yes.
yes.
But
Otherwise, I
326
have no objection.
there is no such unless you enlighten us.
Yes.
I have not come across any such that
Lordship.
has to be done, isn't
Lordship.
it?
Yes.
Huh? Anyway, I am accommodating you. You verify.
Yes, sir.
Verify the position, and we'll have it next week. You verify.
After being,
If required, we'll issue notice.
after being.
Why you're not there next week? It is only for that purpose.
Yes, sir, lordship. 9th of April.
Your this is item 12. No,
10.
10. In item 10, as prayed for by Mr. M. Sharma, Leonard Counsel for the petitioner, which is not opposed by the other side, to relist on 9/4/2025.
9th of April.
Yes, Mr. Sharma?
Maybe. My lord, I beg to mention item number 12, my lord.
Yes.
My lord, in this case, my lord, yesterday the counsel for the, my lord, respondent has informed me that the respondent has died, my lord. It is appeal against acquittal, my lord. So sometime, my lord, I have not received any instruction, my lord.
Item number?
12.
Mr. R. Sharma, Leonard Counsel, appearing for the appellant, submits that he has been informed only yesterday that the accused.
No, my lord, it's against acquittal. As a respondent.
So you are for the respondent.
No, I am for the appellant.
Appellant. That the respondent accused in the appeal has in the meantime expired. However, he is yet to obtain written instruction in this regard. Let relist after being so and so date.
All right.
Again, I think on the last occasion I had made it clear that no further adjournment in this case will be given on the ground that the APP who was doing it on the other date is not available. I think that was the ground of adjournment, right, Mr. Mahajan?
My lord.
That was the ground of adjournment last time. Isn't it?
Yes, my lord.
This is that matter.
But I have that compilation I've made extra copies in.
Yes, but I'm sure you're not aware.
I can go to the records.
We'll take it after some time, or should we start?
You can start with
Yes.
Yeah, well, on last to last occasion, give the compilation number 2, my lord.
Yes.
So the FIR is there on page 1.
Yes.
It's convicted under 376 for 7 years.
Yes.
Yes, sir. The FIR is not a PW5, my lord. It's goes well. Humble submission is around
FIR is by PW
PW5.
5, the uncle.
Thank you. Yes. Humble submission is at around 3 p.m. today. The aforementioned accused enticed my niece Pinky Bush, sorry, ma'am, Miss so and so, and taking her to Rampur LP school, he committed rape on her inside the school. Therefore, it is prayed to you to take necessary action against the accused and obliged.
No, okay, to bond ko ito boni ki online, because isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
But then the evidence is in the
23 or 24. I think Monday ko ito. 23 and yes, Mr. Sharma.
yes. Matter your lordship pertains to an author which had promoted an admitted junior.
Who's appearing for the other side?
My senior friend, Mr. N. Becca, appears for the respondent fight.
All right, all right. So everyone is there.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, what has happened, your lordship will kindly come to page 79, the impugned order, the first instance, your lordship. 17.
Written arguments have been also given by both sides.
Yes, but that was before your lordship had presided over the division bench with the honorable justice. So,
Yeah, page.
page 79 is the impugned order, your lordship. Page 79.
Yes.
Yes. In the interest of public as well as board's service and as per the decision of the selection committee meeting held on 27/2022. P. Manoj Soikia, who is the respondent number 5, senior environmental scientist, is promoted to the rank of additional chief environmental scientist in the pay band of so and so per month plus other allowances as admissible under rules and
Yes,
post
Miguel.
time.
Lupak. Hindi kita common not new Yes.
So Ms. Sri Manoj Soikia was promoted, your lordship, to the post of additional chief environmental scientist from the post of senior environmental scientist. Now your lordship will kindly come to page 70. Page 70. This order your lordship had noted had taken place on 22nd of July 2022. Now your lordship will kindly come to page 70.
70.
70, your lordship. Now this is a notification which was issued on 27th of June 2022. This takes care of the interstate seniority in the pollution control board. Your lordship will kindly come to page 71, the next page.
This is after 27 June.
The impugned order was in July.
Sorry. I stand corrected.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, page 71, your lordship would see the bottommost table.
Yes.
Serial number 1 and serial number 2 are the petitioners before this honorable court.
You are senior.
we are seeing. The petitioner number 1 had already retired and petitioner number 2 had retired a while back this year on 31st of January 2025. The Manoj Soikia, who is at serial number 3,
Yes.
has also retired. But
Retirement dates?
retirement dates, Manoj Soikia, my senior friend Mr. N. Becca would be aware, he retired last year. and
E1 retired when?
P1 retired in the year 2024. P2
Yes.
retired on 31st of January 2025.
31?
Of 31st of January 2025.
Yes.
And Manoj Soikia, as far as I am aware from the instructions of my client, he retired last year in the month of November or December, either of those 2 months.
Okay.
Yes. If your lordship sees,
So
it
the
should
challenge is to the promotion to that post.
yes,
That is the challenge?
that is the challenge. Now, before that, your lordship would kindly come to Annexure A. Annexure A, your lordship, starts at page 22. These are the educational qualifications.
20?
22. Annexure A starts at page 22. For our reference in this matter, your lordship would kindly come to page 23. Page 23.
Yes.
Your lordship would see Mr. Umesh Chandra Das. He is the petition number 1.
23?
It starts at
24.
22, but it starts at 22, but 23 is Umesh Chandra Das.
No, in 23, oh yes.
Umesh Chandra Das.
Sikkim Manipal,
Yes,
University.
yes. The Umesh Chandra Das has been awarded the degree of Master of Science, Ecology and Environment for having duly completed the prescribed requirements and has been placed in first class. Now, your lordship would kindly come to page 27.
yes.
It's the same degree. This is in respect of petition number 2.
And the other one was petitioner number 1.
Yes, the first one at page 23 was with regards to petition number 1, and at page 27 is with regard to petitioner number 2.
Yes.
Yes. Now, thereafter, in the year 2011 and 13, there was a dispute that arose, not in respect of petition number 1, but in respect of petition number 2, response number 5. Whether the degree which was obtained by the petition number 2 and by association 1 as well, is it equivalent to a certain degree which is considered for promotion to a certain post? On that matter, your lordship, was adjudicated by this honorable court. There are 2 writ petitions. The order starts at page 30, which is annexure number D. Annexure D.
Yes.
Yes, the order starts at page 30. The text of the order starts at page 31. At the
Manoj
bottom-
Sakia is the respondent.
Yes, is the respond number 5 in this matter. And Midul Dev Adhikari, your lordship has seen at page 30.
P2.
Yes, is the P2.
Okay.
And Manoj Soikia, there's another case which is also tagged, which is at page 31. Your lordship would see Manoj Soikia's name featuring at the top post.
Yes.
Yes. So there was some dispute regarding the equivalence of the degree, and this honorable court at page 40, paragraph number 27. Paragraph number 27 at
Yes.
page 40. So this honorable court decided that it did not have the subject matter expertise. This honorable court
Yes.
that did not have the expertise to decide on whether it is equivalent or not. And it delegated the authority to, therefore, in light of the discussions made above, and without expressing any opinion on the merit of the controversy, it is hereby directed that the member secretary of the board shall place the matter as to whether MSc in Ecology and Environment is part of the MSc in Biological Science or equivalent thereto for the purpose of promotion to the post of Deputy Analyst and Analyst before the board for taking an appropriate decision in consultation with the experts. Let the said decision be taken by the board within a period of 3 months from the date of receipt of a certified copy of this order. Now, before we head on to the next annexures, I request your lordship to kindly come back to page 34.
Yes.
Now, these are the pleadings which were exchanged, and this honorable court had observed those pleadings. Paragraph number 10. A second affidavit was filed by the board. The board is the PCB, Your Lordship, Pollution Control Board. Stand taken in this affidavit is that the earlier stand taken that master degree in ecology and environment is not the required qualification to hold the post of deputy analyst was based on a wrong impression considering the clarification of Guwahati University. The board had constituted an inquiry committee to review the matter. After considering the inquiry report, the board is convinced that this subject, ecology, is a branch of biological science such as zoology, botany, etc. Reliance has been placed on the meaning of ecology as given in the Oxford English Dictionary. Petitioner was senior to the respondent number 4.
This
the
is
rank-
part of the judgment.
Part of the judgment. This were noted and observed by the honorable court based on the pleadings placed before this honorable court. Both are master degree holders, petitioner in ecology and environment and respondent number 4 in chemistry. Both were eligible. Your lordship would kindly note this line. Both were eligible for promotion, but respondent number 4 was promoted, overlooking the case of the petitioner on the wrong impression that the MSc degree acquired by the petitioner did not fulfill the required eligibility. It is stated that the petitioner has since been promoted to the post of deputy analyst, notionally with effect from 3/1/2011. That is from the date his junior, that is respondent number 4, was given promotion. However, the promotion of the petitioner has been made subject to the outcome of this writ petition. Now, paragraph number 11.
So subsequently, he was given promotion.
Yes, and
Notional.
yes, and notionally, and then that was made absolute. But before that, your lordship will kindly, we'll go through 11 once, your lordship. Another affidavit has been filed by the board on 26/2/2015. It is stated that the office records and personal files of 3 employees of so-and-so were examined, and it was found that none of them had completed the MSc degree before joining the board, and there is no record of permission taken for pursuing such course and appearing for the examination. Faced with this situation, the board issued letters dated so-and-so to the above officials to submit self-declaration. On perusal of the declaration, board had taken the view that none of them had taken the NOC from the board for joining or continuing with the MSc studies. However, the board has now taken the decision to accept the MSc degrees obtained by the 3 officials.
Yes.
This was in 2015. Now, your lordship will kindly come to page 42, which follows the order of this honorable court.
Just come to para 17 once.
Yes, yes, your lordship, para 17, yes. Court has filed an affidavit. Stand taken is that the board had promoted Sri Midul Deva Adhikari, who is a P2, to give him justice as his MSc degree in ecology and environment satisfies Rule 34 of the 1991 rules. Stand taken is that biological science includes subjects like zoology, botany, ecology, physiology, biochemistry, medicine, genetics, etc. The meaning of ecology as given in Oxford English Dictionary is that the branch of biology concerned with the relations of organisms to one another and their surroundings. Therefore, MSc degree in ecology and environment studies satisfies the 1991 rules. It is stated that Midul Deva Adhikari was senior to Sri Manoj Soikia in the rank of assistant analyst, but because of wrong understanding that the MSc degree of Sri Midul Deva Adhikari did not satisfy the eligibility requirement, his junior Sri Manoj Soikia was promoted to the post of deputy analyst. Regarding promotion to the post of analyst, it is stated that no such process has been initiated.
Okay.
Now,
Yes.
then, yes, then your lordship would kindly come. Then this honorable court's
just one
observation at
second.
paragraph 27 at page
Yes,
40.
yes. I was trying to take you there. Yes, read.
Therefore, in light of the discussions made above, and without expressing any opinion on the merit of the controversy, it is hereby directed that the member secretary of the board shall place the matter as to whether MSc in ecology and environment is part of MSc in biological science or equivalent thereto for the purpose of promotion to the post
So
of
this
deputy.
case, this matter, ultimately the question was left open to the
The-
decision of the
of an expert committee to
member
be
secretary.
constituted by the board. Then your lordship, there's a certain line which has been noted by the board themselves. Your lordship will kindly come to page 43, which is the office order, where the promotion of the petition number 2 was made absolute. Your lordship, please, at
Yes.
page 43. Yes.
40.
43, 43.
Yes.
There's a portion in which has been made bold, Your Lordship. The MSc in Ecology and Environment is a part of MSc in Biological Science for the purpose of promotion to the post of Deputy Analyst and Analyst. These two posts, Your Lordship, have been redesignated as Senior Environmental Scientist and Chief Environmental Scientist, respectively, from Assistant Analyst, within bracket, redesignated as Executive Environmental Scientist. The notional promotional order promoting Sri Midul Debo Adhikari from the post of Assistant Executive Environmental Scientist to the post of Executive Environmental Scientist by so and so, order dated so and so, is made absolute. Now, what is very pertinent for Your Lordship's determination here is that the petitioner number 2 was considered eligible for promotion to the post of Senior Environmental Scientist, which he currently holds now at the time of his retirement, and Chief Environmental Scientist, which is a post above the additional Chief Environmental Scientist post. So the avenue for promotion for petition number 1 and 2 was made open till Chief Environmental Scientist, the post of Chief Environmental Scientist, by the board themselves in 2015.
Sorry, I've not followed this.
So the petition number 2 was considered that he was eligible to be considered for promotion to the post of Chief Environmental Scientist. Your
Which is the feeder post here?
post, Your Lordship, is a promotional post. It starts from Senior Environmental Scientist to
Chief,
additional Chief Environmental Scientist, then to Chief Environmental Scientist. Your
in between is additional chief.
Environmental Scientist,
You retired in the post of senior environmental
yes. This matter pertains to the promotion of respondent number 5 to additional Chief Environmental Scientist. Your Lordship, the hierarchy is at page 51. Page 51, the writ petition. The hierarchy is at page 51.
Yes.
Your Lordship sees it's the B, subclause B, Laboratory and Scientific Services.
Yes.
Yes,
P1, P2, R2, R4, right?
for
They're all holding the post of senior environmental
Environmental
scientist.
yes. Then Manoj Soikia was promoted to the post at serial number 8.
Additional. That is under challenge here.
That is under challenge. But in 2015, the Pollution Control Board had made it clear that my educational qualifications entitle me to be considered for promotion to serial number 7.
And also the fact remains that you are senior in
I'm
that.
senior. That
in
is
that-
undisputed. That is not in dispute. That
So
is
therefore, you being senior, you ought to have been considered.
petition number 1 and 2. Since the respondent number 5 was promoted, both of us had similar cause of action that arose. And that is why people were this before on this honorable court. Now the pleadings have been exchanged. Now there is a ground which has been taken. Since the lordship is looking at clarification in the matter,
Sorry.
since the lordship is looking at a clarification in the matter that your lordship had expressed on the last occasion.
No, you,
The issue now that has come up.
Mr. Sharma,
Yes.
take your time.
Yes,
I'm hearing
yes.
full-fledgedly because to be frank, I don't remember anything. So
No. So these are the basic facts.
you
Occasion,
go your own speed. Anand,
will also, which have occasioned this writ petition. And the fact is that Mr. Manoj Soikia has also subsequently been promoted to serial number 7. So that is subject, that writ petition is still pending for this honorable court.
that is not part of.
That is not part of this. That will be subject to what your lordship would finally decide here.
Alright, so
Yes.
this independent of that,
It's independent. of
we
that.
can go ahead with this.
Yes,
isn't
we
it?
can go ahead.
At 2,
One thing that we have all filed our written arguments.
Yes, yes.
In my written argument, there is a mistake, man.
you want to,
Actually, what had happened while
you want to
putting the paragraph,
rectify?
can I change it, madam?
Yes, why not?
Because while quoting the paragraph.
R5.
R5. While quoting the paragraph of R5, mistakenly I quoted my own paragraph. That's exactly.
At 2. Post is
Yeah.
promotion from the post of
Additional chief environmental scientist.
additional
Environmental
Chief
scientist.
environment
Scientist.
scientist.
ACES.
Page
ACES.
AO.
Yes, it is at page.
No, it's all right.
Yeah, page 51. Oh, your lordship. Convenience.
And the qualification to this
The
post,
qualifications are at page 60, your lordship. Page 60.
what
it's a-
is your ground of challenge?
My ground of challenge is twofold. The first is that my credentials being
Light to up, very good. This is. Yes,
my credentials being validated by the Pollution Control Board way back in 2015. No other ground could have arisen for me not being promoted to the post of ACES.
just one second. Yes,
My credentials being validated by an expert committee, which is constituted by the PCB way back in 2015.
is your microphone
It's
on?
on.
Yes,
I think there was probably static here.
for all up so. It's all right, Mr. Sharma, we'll take it. Any other validation? Yes,
The fact is, my credentials, educational qualifications, being validated by an expert committee, which was constituted by the Pollution Control Board way back in 2015.
no, that doesn't say, that only says that from additional, sorry, from to the chief, correct.
Of additional chief environmental scientist.
But that doesn't give you a right.
Yes.
You have to, now you are
yes.
claiming a promotion to the post of additional chief environmental scientist,
Based on,
which the
Yes.
R5 was already promoted,
yes,
and that is under challenge.
that is under challenge.
So that's why I'm saying, what is the ground of challenge? Only that expert committee has said that, all right,
The response number 5 would not have superseded.
because
petition number
you are
1 and 2,
senior.
because it's an admitted fact that I was the senior most. And your lordship will kindly come to page, page
So
60.
in other
page-
words, you are saying that
Yes.
ignoring you, you ought to have been considered
Considered.
A, because you were qualified,
Yes.
and B,
And
You
I
are
was the
senior
most, as it's
available.
It's their
so
document.
you ought not have been ignored.
Yes.
This is your argument?
That is my argument. And page 60, your lordship, just for a moment, page 60.
Yes.
Additional chief environmental scientist at serial number 2.
Yes.
Your lordship will kindly come to column number 7.
Yes.
It's a 100% promotional post. Where I'm the feeder cadre. Serial number 3 is senior environmental scientist. And there is one pertinent fact in the entire service regulations which has not been clarified by the authorities. Your lordship will kindly come to page 56. Page 56.
Yes.
Page 56, your lordship, clause number 12, subclause 2, subclause B. The second but last para. In case the appointing authority does not select an employee who is senior to an employee selected for promotion under subregulation A of
You're
this
reading which one?
page 56, your lordship, page
Yes.
56. The last clause is subclause 3, if your lordship has seen that.
Yes.
The sub para before above
B.
B,
B.
2B.
Yes.
In case the appointing authority does not select an employee who is senior to an employee selected for promotion under subregulation A of this regulation, the appointing authority shall record in writing the reasons for doing so. It has, the authorities have not done that.
And where is the procedure for promotion?
Yes, the procedure
Merit
is a
cum
page.
seniority.
Yes, merit
Or
cum seniority.
seniority.
Your lordship will kindly come to page 53. Page 53, clause E. Clause E, promotion from the level of executive environmental scientist to senior environmental scientist, and above that is AC.
Merit seniority.
Yes. Against the vacant post.
So according to you, it is, though it's merit and merit comes seniority, but it is imperative for the state to give the reasons as why they have bypassed the
Yes, the
junior
Yes.
person who was available, for promotion, right?
In fact, the petition number 1 was also was in charge of ACES. Your lordship will kindly come to page 61. Page 61.
Page 61.
1. To Sri Umesh Sondra Das. This is by the member secretary.
Hmm.
You are hereby directed to look after all the works of laboratory section as in charge till the selection is made to the post of chief environmental scientist, additional chief environmental scientist, or until further order, whichever is earlier. The petition number 1 was considered eligible to hold that post as be on an in charge basis way back in 2018. There were no dispute to their qualification, and the petitioners were under the valid assumption that their careers will follow the natural progression and eventually they retire. But something happened in 2022, in the month of July, that warranted both of them to be superseded by a junior. The issue was already clarified. Again, the issue was clarified as to the fact that the educational qualifications and no reasons have been accorded as to why the petitioners were superseded. And that is my case, Your Lordship. That is my case. Subject to what my senior friends might have to say, but that is my case.
All right. Yes, Mr. Dekka, you're representing whom?
I am representing the private respondent.
Five.
Five. I urge your lordship to kindly take up my written submissions.
Yes.
Everything will be clear. Issue is subject matter of dispute is the promotion from the post of senior environmental scientist SES to additional chief environmental scientist.
Yes.
I have taken just today that the respondent number 5 has in the meantime been promoted from additional chief to chief.
Is he, has he retired?
He has retired on December 31st. So the question of recovery from my salary will not come, although I have not examined in thoroughly that aspect of the matter. There are judgments to the effect. Even if I was given wrongly given
He
promotion,
will get his notional benefit.
he only get notional benefit. Now the question is, the criteria for promotion, whether it is seniority come merit, merit come seniority, that will not come. Why it will not come? Because his case has not been considered on the ground that the MSc degree obtained by him is through distance mode. He has been held to be ineligible for consideration. So if your lordship upholds that view of the PCB, the Pollution Control Board, then the aspect whether it is merit come seniority, seniority come merit, that will not come. So the core question to be examined is whether the degree obtained through distance mode is valid or not.
But that issue was brought before this court earlier. And
Not
this,
before this quarter. That is what I want to submit, madam.
but that page 60 or
If your lordship takes up that judgment of the honorable single judge in the earlier round of litigation, my lord,
yes.
number one, the first issue is that the UGC was not a party.
No, not that, but if we go to the operating part of that judgment, page,
Page 40, not 40, 40.
Hmm?
Page 40.
now if you can come to 26,
Yes.
just read 26 and 27.
Question whether MSc in ecology and environment is part of MSc in biological science. I'm pausing here for a moment. Why that issue arose? Because the requirement of the rules was that you have to have an MSc in biological science. They had acquired the MSc in
Ecology.
ecology and environment.
College.
So the
Now,
issue
whether
before
that
the,
is,
that is equivalent. So the matter was remanded for constitution of an expert committee. Expert committee said that these are equivalent. The issue was not whether the MSc obtained by distance mode is equivalent to an MSc obtained through the normal course.
okay, now you, according to the PCB, the distant mode is not,
Exactly.
this is what.
This is the crux of the matter. Because for that matter, lordship kindly reads the impugned
Just 1 second. But before this code, the distant mode was not an issue.
Not an issue.
26, please read 26, 27 once and then we,
The question whether MSc in ecology and environment is part of MSc in biological science or equivalent thereto is a matter to be examined and decided by the experts. It is neither possible nor desirable for the writ court to embark upon such an exercise, which should be best left to be decided by the experts. Now the operational part,
yes.
operative part.
Yeah.
Therefore, in the light of the discussions made above, and without expressing any opinion on the merits of the controversy, it is hereby directed that the member secretary of the board shall place the matter as to whether MSc in ecology and environment is part of MSc in biological science or equivalent thereto for the purpose of promotion to the post of deputy analyst and analyst before the board for taking an appropriate
Now,
decision.
where
in
is this
consult-
expert's decision?
Expert decision possible. Disorder. Pursuant to directions and consider the court on the decision held that which concluded that MSc in ecology is part. The extract is at page 43.
No, 43,
Disorder. The highlighted, my learned friend has already read, my lord.
there they talk about
The MSc in ecology and environment is a part of MSc in biological science.
The lordship will kindly come.
no, but you read the
Yes.
whole thing, read the whole thing,
Page 167.
167. Yes, 167. It starts at 168, I think. Right? This is.
This is the expert committee report, Your lordship.
Read.
Page 167, the committee examined the above mentioned documents with reference to the above terms and conditions and formed a unanimous.
Above
opinion.
mentioned. Let us go. What are the
Above mentioned.
not given? Yes.
The above mentioned documents, Your lordship, I'm giving it in bits and pieces, but this is what the certain documents which are sought for.
The document that the petitioner had this degree from a distant mode is there or not?
It is the admitted position.
No, in that before the committee.
Before the committee it was there because all the documents were sought for, including after your lordship has gone through this, there's another attachment that your lordship might like to go through in the writ petition itself. Which,
All right.
Yes.
Mr. Deka, please read.
The committee examined so and so. Point number 1. In the opinion of the committee, ecology is part of biology and deals with the study of reciprocal relationships of living organisms and environment. This we may skip, my lord. Biological science is a broader discipline which deals with the scientific study of living beings. Going by these definitions, it is inferred that ecology is a subset of larger disciplines. So and so. Ecology is taught as part of courses of botany, zoology. My lord, 4 may be important for the purpose of deciding the issue. The committee observed that the program MSc Ecology and Environment offered by Sikkim Manipal University of Health, Medical and Technological Sciences as seen from the statement of marks includes a number of papers which belong to the discipline of biological science. The committee therefore arrived at the conclusion that the MSc in Ecology and Environment is a part of MSc in Biological Science for the purpose of promotion to the post of Deputy Analyst and Analyst redesignated as Senior Environmental Scientist and Chief Environmental Scientist from Assistant Analyst.
And this MSc Ecology and Environment degree, which the petitioner had obtained, has obtained from the Sikkim Municipal University, Manipal University of Health. Okay. Now, where is the stand before prior to this? Come to 43 once. What is this document?
This is the office order.
The petitioner is Mridul Dev Adhikari, isn't
In
it?
the earlier round of litigation.
in the earlier,
No, but this document is after the expert,
Yes.
what you just read,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes.
Now, please read this.
Pursuant to the direction issued by the Honorable Guwahati High Court in WPC so and so, on so and so, and also in consideration of the opinion of the expert committee constituted by the board in its 90th meeting, on the direction of Honorable Guwahati High Court, which concluded that this is quoted,
Yes.
the MSc in Ecology and Environment is a part of MSc in so and so, so and so. The notional promotion order promoting Sri Midul Dev Adhikari from the post of Assistant Executive Environmental Scientist is to the post of Executive Environment, by memo number so and so, is made absolute.
And it is redesignated as senior so and so and chief environmental scientist.
Yes. Executive Environmental Scientist.
Chief environment.
No, his promotion
For the
from
purpose
the
of
Assistant
no, no, no.
Executive Environmental
Correct.
Scientist.
No, but before that, for the purpose of promotion to the post of deputy analyst and analyst,
Redesignated
redesignated
as
as senior
SES
so and so
and
and so and
CES.
so respectively, from assistant analyst, redesignated as so and so. The notional promotion so and so is made absolute. So therefore, it appears that by the member secretary on 6/7 has recognized this degree of distant mode.
No, my lord. It has only held that it is equivalent. MSc in a particular discipline,
Where is the stand coming? Where do we get the stand of the
board,
board?
in the affidavit, my lord, in the board resolution at page 103. This is part of the 104th board meeting, my lord.
Yes. The issue that calls for determination in this petition is whether the MSc so and so obtained from from a university through distant mode can be said.
Distance mode from an off-campus center. Distance mode is permissible within the state. Today morning, my lord, today morning, I was looking into the website of the Guwahati University. The Guwahati University is constituted under a state act, the Guwahati University Act of 1947. It is not a private university, but it is constituted by the act. Now, Guwahati University has a program. Initially, it was known as IDOL. I don't know the full form. It was known as IDOL. Now it has been renamed as something else. Open distance learning. Now, if your lordship goes to the website and sees the off-campus center, it is all within the state of Assam. The coaching center as well as the examination centers. Now, so far as Sikkim Manipal University is concerned, it is constituted by a state act. So it can offer distance education subject to recognition by the DEC, the Distance Education Council, and the UGC within the state of Sikkim.
But these prohibitions, what you are submitting is there in some
Yes. It is
regulation.
by the judgment of the Supreme Court and subsequently by the UGC. What has happened here? Your Lordship?
Because I am now vaguely remembering all this.
Yes.
But Mr. Why are you getting so anxious?
Apologize.
Did Mr. Deka disturb you while
Yes.
you were submitting before
Absolutely.
this court?
Apologize.
You will get your right to reply. Yes.
So if your lordship reads 103, this is the agenda item. This is the decision of the board which is under challenge. Because this is the decision-making process. What is under challenge is the final order.
Correct. But
This is the background.
This is the background.
This is the
All
background.
right, please read.
The board, agenda item 104, promotion from SES to AACES. The board discussed the agenda in detail, including the Supreme Court order in the case of Professor Yashpal versus so-and-so, reported in so-and-so, UGC clarification regarding permission granted to Sikkim Manipal University to open distance education center through franchisee, etc. The board observed that the Indian Institute of Ecology and Environment, which issued the master's degree to two of the board scientists, namely UC Das and MD Adhikari, was never in the book of UGC, and the said private institute was found out to be a study center of SMU. Besides, SMU operated the study centers without any approval from UGC. The board also noted that the eligibility criteria of admission into the said MSc course also included even arts and commerce graduate, which is absolutely in contradiction to the nature of the work in PCBA. It was resolved by the board that the coveted post of ACES, the candidate must have a master's degree from a regular university and one should have the experience of laboratory analysis. From the eligibility criteria of candidates for the said distance education degree, it was understood that the said MSc course lacked the laboratory analysis module. The board took a strong resolution that the board needed a scientist to head the laboratory, with a regular master's degree from a UGC recognized university. After deliberation on the issue and also considering the comment of the Standing Council that the order of the Supreme Court in the year 2012 should be honored and mistake already done should not be repeated, the board took the resolution that the candidature of Umesh Das and Mitul Dev Adhikari, who obtained degree from distance course off campus, would not be considered for next promotion. Hence, she so and so in chemistry from the Guwahati University is to be considered for the next promotion.
Reasons are there.
Reasons are there. Now, regarding whether permission was granted to the SMU, this is Sikkim Manipal University, Lordship comes to page 77. This is a part of the writ petition.
Just 1 second, Mr. Dekkal. Alright, before anything else, where is the requirement that these kind of a study center has to take approval from UGC? And where are these?
That is
Basic-
what I was coming.
Huh.
Page 77.
It's 77.
This is a letter from the UGC to the member secretary of the pollution control.
Yes.
Page
Yes.
77, the last paragraph.
Yes.
The private university is not authorized to open study center, off-campus center beyond the territorial jurisdiction of the state as per the observations of the Honorable Supreme Court of India in the case of Professor Yaspan. Private universities cannot affiliate any college or institution for conducting courses leading to award of the diplomas, degrees, or other qualifications. Also, these cannot offer their programs through franchisee agreement with private institutions for the purpose of conducting courses to distance mode or even for regular mode. Now, this is important. A private university cannot open its centers even within the state as per the provisions of UGC establishment of so-and-so without the approval of UGC. UGC has not granted any approval to the university to open off-campus study center anywhere.
Where do I get the decision of?
Professor
Yashpal?
Yashpal, it is part of my written submissions. It is the first judgment which is the next one. I don't have the page numbers. There it was a case where the private university from Chhattisgarh, the act itself had provided for opening of off center, and what is the observation of the Supreme Court?
Yes.
2005 5 SSC, page 60, para 60, at page 461,
Paragraph 60.
para 60. There, in fact, in that particular act, my lord, the off-campus center was in fact defined in the act. Now, what is the observation of the Supreme Court? Dr. Dhawan has, Lordship has got it,
Yes.
461.
Yes.
Dr. Dhawan has also drawn the attention of the court to certain other provisions of the act which have effect outside the state of Chhattisgarh, and therefore thereby give the state enactment an extraterritorial operation. Section 2F of the amended act defines off-campus center, which means a center of the university established by it outside the main campus, within or outside the state, operated and maintained as its constituent unit, having the university's competent and complement and of facilities, faculty, and staff. Section 2G defines offshore campus, and it means a campus of the university established by it outside the country, operated and maintained by maintained as its constituent unit, having the university's complement, so and so, so and so. Now, in view of sentence starting for in view of Article 245(1) of the Constitution, Parliament alone is competent to make laws for the whole or any part of the territory of India, and the legislature of a state may make laws for the whole or any part of the state. The Impugned Act, which specifically makes a provision enabling a university to have an off-campus center outside the state, is clearly beyond the legislative competence of the Chhattisgarh legislature. Now, following this, my lord, our High Court has also held that any degree obtained through the distance mode is not valid. There is a single judgment, my lord.
Unless approval is taken,
No, even
without it.
the
No,
UGC
with
cannot approve. Off campus, the only university as subject to correction, my lord, is the IGNOU, my lord, Indira Gandhi Open University, because that is by act of parliament. That university can grant,
So it can be by an act of parliament.
it can be by an.
That was there for a long time. I remember when we were in school also.
Now, if your lordship kindly turns to the second judgment, which I'll be relying upon, my lord. It is the writ appeal number 55 of 2019.
Yes, which one?
Writ appeal 55 of 2019. I'm not placing the single judge. For knowing the facts, my lord, lordship will kindly turn to para 3.
Yes.
It is an admitted case. It is an admitted case that appellant Sri so-and-so had obtained MA degree from Agartala Center of Madurai Kamaraja University. It is also an admitted fact that the aforesaid degree obtained by the appellant is from an off-campus study center, Tripura state, situated outside the state of Tamil Nadu. Likewise, appellant Sri Bijon Nath was appointed as principal, however, had passed MA degree from so-and-so University Study Center at Silchar. Now, the submission of respondent number 5, the petitioners at paragraph 5. The respondent petitioners raised the plea that a person who has obtained degree from such a study center operating outside the state where the university is located would not be a valid degree for purpose of considering eligibility for the post of principal. Now, the stand of the UGC at paragraph 8, paragraph 7 also. For considering whether a degree is recognized or not, it would be most appropriate to refer to the affidavit filed on behalf of the UGC. In both the petitions, the UGC brought the facts and the legal position. The UGC has never at any point of time granted the above named universities to open study centers outside the states where they are located. Similar to that letter at page 78. Now the UGC stand at paragraph 8, it is quoted.
Yes.
Paragraph subclause A. Madurai Kamaraj University so-and-so is a state university. It can operate within its state only. The university is not authorized to open study center beyond the territorial jurisdiction of the state. The UGC, even after the judgment passed in the case, Honorable Supreme Court in Professor Yashpal, has clarified the issue of territorial jurisdiction and opening of study centers from time to time. However, it is on record that the UGC and erstwhile Distance Education Council under the IGNOU has time and again issued various notifications, directions in this regard. Then the second paragraph has never at any point of time granted permission to the Madurai Kamaraj University so-and-so to open any study center outside Tamil. Now, similar stand of the UGC is there in the present case also. I have quoted the paragraph. At page 2 of my written submissions.
Yes.
I can take your lordships directly to the affidavit of the UGC, but if your lordship is on my written arguments, then page 2 of my written arguments, I have quoted what is the stand of the UGC.
5?
Para 5.
Yes.
That the answering respondent further begs to submit that the validity of the degrees conferred by the Sikkim Manipal University is subject to the fact whether the said master's degree obtained by the petitioner was obtained through open distance learning mode, and if it is yes, then whether the petitioner appeared in the examination of the university in an examination center located within the territorial limit of SMU or in any off-campus study center illegally operated by the said university. If the concerned candidate appeared in the examination in an examination center located outside the territorial limit of SMU or in any illegally operated off-campus study centers under the SMU, then such degree or diploma is invalid.
Yes.
The concerned candidate must clarify the said issue with documentary evidence. Then this is the position that the UGC since 2001 has been continuously instructing all the universities of India not to operate or open any off-campus study center outside the territorial limit. Now, regarding whether the petitioner, from where the petitioner had passed out, my lord, Lordship will kindly turn to page from 143 onwards.
Of the compilation or no?
No, of the repetition of the entire readings.
143.
143.
Yes.
Name of the course, MSc in Ecology and Environment, first year so and so. Choice for the center of examination, Guwahati.
144, Guwahati.
Next page also Guwahati. They have appeared from Guwahati. And even at page 146, the examination center, it is clearly written, it's the mark sheet, examination center is Guwahati. That is the crux, madam. Now, even to
Now,
address,
this is ultimately judicial review of an administrative
except,
decision.
and even if we go, my lord, I have dealt with that matter in my written arguments, that judgment, the earlier judgment cannot be interpreted to mean that it had recognized the degree in the obtained from the distance mode as to be a valid degree. And even if it is
It's
assumed,
only
madam,
decided that MSc
Yes.
ecology and which is the other subject, ecology
and biology, biotechnical science.
is
But
equivalent
equivalent,
to
so let the expert committee. decide.
biology.
Yes, let the expert committee decide. Even if, my lord,
No,
even if
that is what is to be decided, whether
Yes.
it's equivalent or not
that was in the earlier case,
in the earlier.
Now-
And
now
the
whether
expert
it is
committee
valid
decided
or-
that yes, it is equivalent.
equivalent.
Now the question is whether that degree obtained through distant mode of campus is valid or not.
If
Correct.
the answer is yes, it is valid, then the decision will be bad. If it is invalid, then the decision.
Now that going by the decision of the
Yashpal and the division bench.
division bench, those are decisions, but that UGC instruction to PCB
And the affidavit.
affidavit is the stand, but that is
Instruction
the
is clear.
that instruction. It is on the basis of that instruction that PCB have acted, isn't it?
Yes. Now, I have got certain notifications of the UGC, since it is not on record, I have not placed it, madam. There are numerous such notifications and public notices that not valid. Distance mode outside the
As
state
far as
limit,
this, the present case is concerned, that UGC is advice to PCB.
Yes.
That is very clear,
that is very,
isn't it?
clear.
Outside territory, no,
Cannot.
it cannot be valid.
Cannot.
And in your affidavit, you have said based on that, you have taken that decision, isn't it?
Board, that is the stand of the UGC.
Of the UGC. Board is Mr. Borua. The impugned order is issued by whom?
Board.
By the board. I have to hear you also.
Because
I'll have to hear you. Half of
Ultimately,
your
when-
part, Mr. Deka has already.
My argument has been taken away by
Yes, but
Dekha. But still,
only one further point, my lord, I'd like to add to that. Since my learned friend has raised that point, that there is an earlier judgment or there is a concession on the part of the PCB in the earlier round of litigation that we are accepting that degrees, those degrees. Now, my respectful submission is that even if there is a concession which is contrary to the law cannot be a valid concession. There are judgments I have annexed, but those were, of course, on the point of the concession given by a council. But the apex court has held that there cannot be an estoppel against law.
but that's why, see, you have only showed me the decision of Yaspal and UGC guideline. But where is there any law which says that this cannot be done?
That is the law of the UGC Act.
Act.
Because ultimately,
So where is that act?
no, there are under the provision following the law laid down by Professor Yaspal, UGC has been issuing the guidelines. Because
Those
ultimately,
guidelines are not statutory.
No, not statutory, but the law under 141 is the law of the land, my lord. Suppose that even if now we assume that I have not gone through the UGC Act, even if we assume that there is no provision in the Act, the moment the judgment is passed, under 141, that is the law.
But nonetheless, it seems that the decision of promoting R5 appears to be with reasons. And you are saying that since he is not eligible because of
MSc degree.
not possessing this requisite qualification, therefore the question of giving him a written, question of explaining in writing as why the junior has been given promotion bypassing the senior
That
will not come.
That question will
Will not
arise
come.
the moment he is held to be eligible.
That's what I'm saying.
That-
That's what I have said. That's what I've said.
That's right.
That is why it has not come.
That is right. Because his candidature itself has been rejected. But he was not eligible. So that part will not come. Why a junior has been promoted.
Let's see Ashpal's case again. There is a small, I'm still having a little doubt as regards that part of your submission, that it is clearly given in the law. So let us let me stand clarified. You are referring to para 60, right?
Yes.
Yes. And this was in relation to,
The University of Chhattisgarh. It's a private university of Chhattisgarh.
and here off campus was defined.
Yes. Even then the Supreme Court said that no, it cannot be.
The state can only make law within the state,
Yes.
but not outside the state.
Not outside.
Therefore, any off-campus center operating outside the state will not be valid unless the parliament provides.
Unless the parliament provides.
This is the ratio of YASPA.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes. And there are certain notifications in the public domain, my lord, where it is
Yes.
clearly said. I'll hand it over to your lordship, my lord. I'm reading slowly. My lord. What the UGC has said, it's a letter to all vice chancellors and directors. The UGC has from time to time been notifying its policy on territorial jurisdiction and offering up programs to off-campus centers, study centers by universities. By its public notice dated 27/6/2013. Copy and close. UGC has notified its policy on territorial jurisdiction to be followed by all universities, institutions, including open and distance learning institutions, which is under. Point number 2. A university established or incorporated by or under a state act shall operate only within the territorial jurisdiction allotted to it under its act, and in no case beyond the territory of the state of its location.
What is the date of this?
This is August 2014, and this is referring to an earlier thing, same of June 2013.
This impugn order is of
Impugn order is much later, 2022.
please provide copies of this
Yes,
notification.
I can provide a copy. This is available in the public domain.
Give a copy to
I'll give a-
Mr. Sharma also.
And there is another notification of 28/4/2016,
Yes.
which is addressed, issued by the
email
UGC.
को
The last paragraph it
करना,
says,
email ID दीजिए.
it is therefore again requested to kindly, number 2, stop all the state, public, state, private universities in the state from operating beyond the
Beyond
territorial
the
jurisdiction of the state in any manner. Ultimately, the authority to recognize a course is UGC. In technical courses, it is AICT. Technical courses, MBA, it is AICT. Dental, it is Dental Council. So unless the course is recognized by the council, it is not valid. A UGC is saying it is not valid. Photocopy kore diyo.
Just mail it to the courtmasters.
Just make a PDF and mail it.
Or if you have photocopy at photocopy. Oh, sure.
So that is my submission. And now, my lord, I have attained a further promotion. I have retired. He has also retired. Both petitioners and the responsible secretary. The rest of the judgments are on the point of that there cannot be an estoppel against law. Regarding these 2 points, it is the division bench judgment and the judgment of the Professor Yaspal. That will be all.
No, I'm just going through your argument.
Yes.
All right. Second.
Just one more thing, madam. In my written argument paragraph 10, I had referred to the notification date of the UGC dated 27/6/2013. That is the copy of which I am handing over to you. In the middle portion,
27/6/13.
27/6/13, that because that is
I think
referred to in the
You
division.
have enclosed this in the written argument?
I think by some mistake inadvertence that has not been enclosed. Paragraph 9, this is referred to. Paragraph 9 of the division bench judgment.
Yes.
Okay, already I've submitted on the previous occasion, and today my learned friend has taken care of my entire, almost the entire arguments. But here, the basic thing was initially the petitioner was trying to make a confusion as regard those previous read petition which has been sailed before the single judge of this High Court, whereby that MSc in ecology and biology and environmental science. So that thing has been set to rest as regard whether MSc in ecology can.
That is the equivalent.
So that has
The
been set.
mode of
So-
obtaining
so
the
now
was not an issue.
Yes, so now in this repetition, they have come to a conclusion that already the matter as regard MSc has been set to rest, so it cannot be acted upon. Because now that point of time when the matter was in session before this High Court, that point of time, the judgment which has been rendered by Professor Yaspal judgment, that was never placed before the Honorable Court, nor has that point been deliberated upon. Then that apart, again, the Higher Education Department, Government of Assam has issued a circular whereby those distance and education mode has been asked to be stopped immediately. So immediately after this matter has come to an end, we have come to know after in a very long time. So we have written to the Higher Education Department. So they have written whether we wanted to know whether that notification of the office memorandum of higher education is 9/7/2012. This was issued much prior to this writ petition judgment in the previous one. So that then the higher education has confirmed that yes, this you have to abide by the directives as contained in the office memorandum of 2012. So accordingly, we have taken a decision, consensual decision, and that decision has been arrived in the board's 104th board meeting. whereby we have reason as to why this decision has been adopted by the board. Now, as regard whether distance education has to be adopted or not adopted, that has to be decided by the board based on the directives contained in Professor Yaspal, and also whether that approval has been given by the UGC. And now UGC has come up with their own affidavits stating the points very clear that no, that cannot be done because distant education. And that apart, one point is very important in this particular case.
You can
These are
submit
MSc
slowly.
degrees. These are, yes, these are MSc degrees. So for MSc degrees, even for instance, we take that political science or economics can be had by distant education. But MSc, they have to go for a practical session also. It's not that they only write the sheets. They have to go for a practical session, and that practical session is not allowed. And that not allowing has already been very clearly stated by the court.
That
that
aspect would not
Outside,
go-
yes, no, that is important because ultimately
No, because
he is
it
holding the
appears
post of senior,
outside territory, you
senior-
cannot run.
no, senior laboratory scientist. That is a post, very coveted post, and without a practical knowledge, how can that degree be recognized?
See why I'm saying that, because there could be a situation where within the state of Sikkim, there are off campus.
Within the, yes,
Yeah, now whether, now to answer all that, that is not an issue here. Now here it appears is outside
Outside
the
the
territory,
territorial
correct.
jurisdiction.
So I think this code needs to confine it to
confined,
that,
oh, yes, yes.
only to that
Only to
part,
that.
which the argument of Mr. Decca appeals to this court that yes, as per Yaspal, the case of Yaspal and the guidelines issued time to time by UGC, it is apparent that one cannot run outside the territory of its state, the State Act. Correct.
Now, in
So
fact,
Sikkim being a state university,
Yes.
they cannot run a
I-
they cannot
City-
run a off campus or whatever that
centers or-
is outside the territory
Yes.
of where the students are going to give exams from
Yes.
that particular state. That is
no, cannot
that,
be.
that is what is in some sense, some and substance, that is what the decision
That is what-
and
And apart from UGC, in fact, my learned friend might have forgotten to refer as regard the office memorandum issued by the higher education. So that is part of the record, page 98. Page 98. This is part of my affidavit. Page 98.
yes,
So if I may read out,
yes,
the government of Assam is aware on the issue that off-campus centers, study centers, and the centers operating through franchisees are open in the state by the universities outside the territorial jurisdiction of the university. However, in view of the decision of the Honorable Supreme Court of India in case of Yaspal and another versus State of Chhattisgarh and others, no university can start any off-campus study centers beyond the territorial jurisdiction of the concerned university as specified. Recently, it has been reported that there are a large number of such off-campus centers of other Indian universities which are functioning in Assam, in spite of Honorable Supreme Court judgment against such off-campus study centers. In view of aforesaid Honorable Court judgment and in view that such off-campus centers which are existing are in violation of the Supreme Court order, the following directions shall come into effect immediately. The concerned university shall ensure that no off-campus study centers, and the centers operating through franchises are opened by the university outside the specific territorial jurisdiction in view of the judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court of India, Professor Yaspal versus Government of Chhattisgarh. In case a university has already started an off-campus study center violating the Supreme Court order, and the centers are operating through franchising in the state, the same is to be closed immediately. No distant education program shall be started without the prior approval of the Distant Education Council, the regulatory body of the distant education program. Thereafter, the next page, if we turn off. So we have, since this matter, this notification dates to 2012, and the High Court judgment was much after that. So we wanted to have a clarity whether that point of time that notification was enforced. So accordingly, we have written to the Distant Education Council and, the Higher Education Department. So they have clarified, yes, they have endorsed that you have to abide by the notification of 2012. Accordingly, the rest follows through. Let's put vote Moti and the decision around those.
Yes, anybody else? VGC?
Finally, Your Lordship, I'd like to read out the points of our affidavit itself. Para 7, that's all the.
One second.
involved in the-
Your affidavit is dated
Dated 29. 2023.
152.
The challenge made in
Yes.
the. The challenge made in the writ petition is an administrative decision of the Assam Pollution Control Board and their
Where are you reading from?
Your Lordship, it's page number 82.
Huh?
Page number 82.
82. You're reading the environment.
No, our affidavit.
Your affidavit starts from R4 isn't it? It starts
Yes, sir.
82.
Starts from page number 80.
What is the paragraph that you're reading?
Para 8.
Yes.
Para 8. The subject matter of the instant writ petition is not at all related with the University Grants Commission. The challenge made in the writ petition is an administrative decisions of the Assam Pollution Control Board, and therefore the post of the additional chief environmentalist scientist does not come under the purview of the UGC regulations of pay scale section. That the answering respondent begs to submit that Sikkim Manipal University is a state private university. It was accorded ex post facto recognition from 95-96 to 2006, 2007. So it's by the Artsville EEC, offered programs approved by the statutory bodies of the university through distance mode. Would like to further submit that the validity of the degrees conferred by the Sikkim Manipal University is subject to the fact whether the said master degree obtained by the petitioner was obtained through ODL mode, which is open distance learning mode. If it is yes, then whether the petitioner appeared in the examination of the university in an examination center located within the territorial limits of SMU or in any of the off-campus study center illegally operated by the state university. If the concerned candidate appeared in the examination center in an which is outside the territorial limit of the SMU, it is illegal. And the degree or the diploma is invalid.
Yes.
Order. Para 11, that the UGC since 2001 has been continuously instructing all the universities of India not to operate or open any off-campus study centers outside the territorial limit of the university. A university can open a study center within its territorial limit with prior approval of the UGC. However, till this moment, the UGC has never granted approval to any university to open any off-campus center outside the territorial.
What is your name?
Mayan Mohan Rai.
Mohanta.
Yes.
Mr. Mohanta, so your support is also similar to the stand
Yes.
of R5 and the PCB. And in fact, you have indicated that, yes, you have given a lot of instructions not to run and operate any off-campus
Yes, yes.
outside the territory of the particular state act, correct? And those are the notifications which Mr. Deka has already furnished to this court. So you agree to that, right? Anything else? So according to UGC, any degree obtained through off-campus distance mode outside the territory is invalid.
Yes.
The rider there is that to see is where that concerned person had appeared in the exam.
Exactly.
So suppose this petitioner had gone to Sikkim and appeared, then that would have been valid. But here admittedly, then also it will not be.
If he has done the course outside the state,
It will not be
it will
valid.
not be valid. If
Okay.
he had gone there and done it
Yes.
within
Your
the
Lordship.
state of Sikkim, then it would have been valid.
All right, okay. Yes, anybody else or Mr. Bhattakur, you're also here in this case? Yes, your reply argument.
Lordship, subject to what my learned friends and Lordship might finally hold.
We don't know what we will hold
Yes.
and
But
they will not hold. They have argued.
Yes,
Now you
I agree.
reply to their arguments.
Yes. When Professor Yashpal was adjudicated by the Honorable Supreme Court, the Honorable Supreme Court had gone to the aspect of what a study center is and what an off-campus and offshore study campus is. If your Lordship kindly goes into the aspect of the explanation which has been given at paragraph 60 of the judgment. Paragraph 60 defines what an off-campus is and what an offshore campus is. Off-campus has been defined as a campus which is a constituent of a college which is set up outside the territorial jurisdiction and provides the facilities that a university is bound to supply. It is my
Mr. Sharma, please look into the microphone
yes.
and submit. Otherwise,
Yes,
if
I
you
know.
bend towards this board,
yes,
your voice becomes more.
maybe yes.
Oh.
It is my submission that in the definition of what the Honorable Supreme Court had held, what a study center is,
Mr. Sharma, even if suppose
We-
this court appreciate this argument of yours as regards the decision of Yaspal, then what about the regulations which have been issued by UGC from time to time?
we'll go.
Have you challenged those?
No, those do not come into, they do not pose an obstacle for me. The reason why I'm stating this is as per the definition. Till 2012, there's a date which I'll stress on as to why it's part of the pleadings. Till 2012, an off-campus study center did not include an examination center. Since my learned friend had submitted that the UGC by way of various notifications have complemented and supplemented the law which has been laid down by the Honorable Supreme Court. Till 2012, an off-campus study center had only included study centers as such. The aspect of an examination center was for the first time introduced by the UGC in the year 2012. Now, my learned senior friend had relied on two cases, primarily Professor Yashwal and writ appeal of 55 of 2019. In writ appeal 55 of 2019, the university concerned was Kamraj University, and they had set up a study center outside the state of Tamil Nadu, where the petitioners and the appellants therein had availed the courses. It is not my case that I had availed a study center of Sikkim Manipal University. I have not attended and availed the diploma or the master's degree by way of a study center. I had through and throughout, your Lordship would recall the aspect of the NOC had come into question. The reason being that I had undertaken the course of the MSc by way of correspondence, which is applicable and which is admissible. Now, there is a rider that my learned senior friend had read. Your Lordship will kindly come to page 77 for a moment, Your Lordship. 77. The private university is not authorized to open study center off-campus center beyond the territorial jurisdiction of the state as per the observations of the Honorable Supreme Court of India in the case of Professor Yashpal and the state of Chhattisgarh. Private universities cannot affiliate any college or institutions for conducting courses leading to award of its diploma, degrees, or other qualifications. All these cannot offer their programs through franchising arrangement with private institutions for the purpose of conducting courses through distance mode or even for a regular mode. A private university cannot open its centers even within the state as per the provision of the UGC Establishment of and Maintenance of Standards in Private Regulation 2003 without the approval of the UGC. UGC has not granted any approval to the university to open off-campus study center. Page 77 and 78. That is to be read not in isolation, but your Lordship will read that in continuation with paragraph number 2. Paragraph 2, the same university, the UGC, in the same letter, the last paragraph of 77 and 78, the first paragraph, are exceptions to paragraph number 2. Paragraph number 2 states that Sikkim Manipal University, Sikkim is a state private university. It was accorded post facto recognition from 1995, 1996 to 2006 and 7 by the erstwhile DEC IGNOU to offer programs through distance mode. It was further accorded provisional recognition to offer distance education programs for the year 2007, 8 and 2008 and 9. I pause here for a moment. It was accorded post facto recognition from 1995, 96, 2006 and 7. By then, both the petitioners have obtained their MSc. This is a part of the pleadings, which has not been disputed. Now, the aspect of distance education, Your Lordship, is that distance education prima facie is valid, even if it is offered by a private university. The validity has to be determined as to how you obtain that degree. So Sikkim Manipal University was a UGC recognized university with the courses being approved by the UGC. The courses were valid. Now, assuming I had availed those courses by way of a study center situated in Assam, then Your Lordship would dismiss my case. But the fact remains that till 2012, examination center was not accorded the definition within a study center. I had not availed a study center outside the state of Sikkim to avail the course here. The attendance of the PCB would indicate that the course was purely a correspondence course, similar to what IGNOU offers. The only exception to that is that I had availed an examination center in the state of Assam. An examination center for the first time was covered by the notification of the UGC in 2012. And while 2012 had for the first time accorded examination center on an equal footing with a study center, it cannot take away the rights which had accrued prior to that. It is my case that after 2012, had I obtained my degrees by an examination center situated anywhere or even outside the main campus of the Sikkim Manipal University, maybe Your Lordship would have dismissed the case at the very threshold.
2012,
The reason I speak about that, Your Lordship, is the last set of pleadings, which is our affidavit in reply, which is at page which is at page 175. 176 is the
170.
175, 176, 176.
IGNOU.
IGNOU. The subject is offering of programs through study centers by institutions / universities regarding. The second last paragraph, Your Lordship.
Hmm.
The Distance Education Council prohibits franchising of study centers by any institution, university. Thus, any university institution cannot franchise any study center. All the activities of the study center, such as admission, examination. This is the first time that a UGC notification contained the word examination. It is my pleaded case that prior to that, any and all notifications confine themselves to the aspect of study center of availing courses through a study center.
So you mean to say prior to 2012, one could have appeared in
That is
examination
my
outside,
submission. That is my submission.
outside
Yes,
the
yes,
state?
yes, that is
And
my
that would
submission.
have been valid.
Because, as my learned senior friend had submitted, the Professor Yashpal had become a law under Article 141. Professor Yashpal, the judgment is specifically confined to Section 2F of that Act of Chhattisgarh, Adhiniyam Act, where it defines what an off-campus is.
What is that definition? As per the definition, what is?
60 itself. Para 60 itself, Your Lordship.
Can you just read it again?
Yes, I'll go through that paragraph, Your Lordship. Para 60, Section 2F of the amended Act defines off-campus center, which means a center of the university established by it outside the main campus, within or outside the state, within bracket close, operated and maintained as its constituent unit having the university's complement of facilities, faculty and staff.
What other than that meaning can be given to off-campus?
That's it. That's the definition of off-campus. Examination center.
But you see,
Yes.
that is the, I mean, in common parlance also, off-campus would mean that only. What would off-campus mean? That it is not within the campus, it is outside the campus.
Yes.
It could be within the territory, it can be outside the territory. That could be the only because you are trying to say that the decision of the apex court in Professor Yaspal is in context of the definition contained therein, correct?
Yes.
But that definition is nothing, something very different. It is what an off-campus would mean,
No, that's the definition. of
whether that
off-campus.
definition is there or not there.
No, I asked
Isn't it?
myself. I asked
No,
myself.
no, I'm just
No, I
asking
don't-
this
I don't-
because
I'm getting your lordship.
yes or no?
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be the
It is a
meaning.
very, it's a very comprehensive.
Correct, because
definition.
off-campus itself would indicate in
Yes.
common parlance, it is
Yes.
outside campus, not within campus.
Now,
Now, outside campus could be out within the territorial
territory, outside the
jurisdiction of the state, district, or outside.
yes,
Now, the question that was decided there is that once it is outside the
Yes.
territory of the
Yes.
state,
yes,
then it will not be valid because the state cannot do that
go outside.
unless the parliament has
Does that.
done it.
In terms
This
of,
is the issue.
that's the issue.
Now,
which
that is
it-
the law,
That is the law.
correct?
That is the law.
Now, after that, that was in 2004,
Five.
and you obtained the degree when?
2000, the petition number 1 obtained it in 2003. And petition number 2 obtained it in 2006.
So after the judgment of the Supreme
One
Court.
is before and the
But
other
we
is
are mainly concerned with two.
one also because one is also retired, but again, the benefits would accrue. But I asked myself, when your lordship has posed that query before me, I asked myself, would there be a definition or would there be a difference in definition? If I am to avail a course, get the fundamentals of a course, that will be one thing. And to equate that to a situation where I am asked to appear in examination only for a day or maybe 3 hours. That will be fundamentally different, and that is why subject.
So you see, that's why I asked this to Mr. Dekka and he
Yes.
clarified if I'm not wrong. What he said is it's not about only the exam, even the course. One has to do the course within the territory, not outside.
Yes, yes. And I
This
have
is
been-
what is his submission.
and he's
And,
very-
and what it appears from the UGC guide, subsequent notifications as well as the higher education notification, that there are now specific orders and directions that you cannot
I can
run
understand.
this,
Yes,
whatever name you call it,
yes.
study center, off campus, examination, whatever you call, outside the territory of the state in which the
Yes,
the university is
yes.
uh, concerned.
Maybe technical courses needs certain in-hand experiences, then that is not disputing that. What I find it difficult is that the equivalence of a degree of the petitioner in 2015 was considered in such isolation by the TCB that thereafter he was promoted again. And now, after 7 years,
Illegality, it cannot be allowed to continue if something is wrong.
yes, but the
But
consideration can be
that equivalent also, this court had only, the expert committee only decided that MSc ecology, so and so is equivalent to
Is
so and so.
equivalent or
But
not.
the issue whether obtained through distance mode off campus is valid, not valid, that issue was not decided.
that issue was not
And
decided.
that issue now appears before this court, that it is already, there are so many guidelines. And based on those guidelines, the government has, state authorities have taken a call, promoted. Now, nothing, this court doesn't find anything arbitrary in the decision-making process. Now, if that be so, this is a purely administrative decision. Why should this court intervene in Article 226 while exercising powers under 226? Judicial review is limited as far as administration decisions are concerned, isn't it?
Subject
You have to, now, this court cannot examine the decision itself. What the court has to examine is the decision-making process. Decision-making process is loud and clear
Yes,
that it is as per the UGC guidelines.
that's on the examination center.
UGC guidelines. UGC
Yes.
in their affidavit also says so. And
I-
plus, there is a direction from the higher education. These have not been challenged by you at any point of time,
No, because primarily, as of now. it
because
is
you,
not affected.
according to you, these are Prac 12 and that
That coming
answer.
subsequent, that coming
But
subsequent.
that is not
No, because your lordship, will
appealing
see,
to this court.
there are two decisions which have been arrived at. If your lordship allow.
Yes, yes, you
the-
you have
the-
the whole afternoon.
Based on-
If you want, I'll continue tomorrow
no,
also.
no,
There
that's
is
fine.
no hurry.
But based
Go
on-
ahead.
But based on the same set of documents, same set of documents that your lordship had just gone through the furnishing of documents which was sought from this petition number 2. The authorities had derived two different conclusions based on same set of academic documents.
Sorry.
The authorities have arrived at two different conclusions emanating from the same set of documents. In 15, your lordship is correct. The equivalence was sought for. Now subsequently, they have revisited that decision and they have stated that a certain thing is not subject to, is not permissible. Now, lordship would see, pursuant to the expert committee which sat and decided the equivalence of the matter, there is an office order which was issued in 2000, which is at page 43, 2015, 6th of July. While that office order
Redesignated as so and
is-
so.
and is eligible for promotion.
But eligible for promoted to the post of? No, that they don't say
That
in
is
so many words.
they explicitly said, your lordship,
Huh?
43.
Do they?
Yes,
Let's see, let's go back to
That order
43.
still stands.
Let's go to 43.
Yes, 43, your lordship.
Because I was having a little difficulty in understanding 43. What is 43? Let's read again slowly.
Pursuant to the direction issued by the Honorable Guwahati High Court in WPC number so and so on 6/4/2015. And also in consideration of the opinion of the expert committee constituted by the board in its 98th board meeting on the direction of the Honorable Guwahati High Court, which concluded that the MSc in Ecology and Environment is a part of MSc in Biological Science for the purpose.
Mr. Sharma, just one. Mr. Chaudhary, which matter are you waiting for? I'm not sure, because this is the matter I'm hearing at length and this probably actually as a partnered matter.
There was, some matters may not reach. I thought maybe item 5. In any case, lordship, in item 5, this petitioner was expired long back.
So we can have it on another date.
Yes, yes.
Who is appearing for the other side? You inform the other side. Item 5. Okay, then in item 5, paucity of time. The information about the expiry is there. You have
Yeah,
it.
I got the death certificate, copy of the death certificate.
Could not be taken, relist tomorrow or on Saturday.
Any day, convenient for.
Monday. Relist. Yes.
The order at page 43 still stands. It has not been.
No,
removed.
read. First, let
Yes,
me
yes,
understand
yes,
43. Because there is some confusion in 43. I somehow don't, I'm not being able to agree with what you are saying by reading 43.
Yes. That-
That the board at some point have said that it is, that
It's a
you are
piece-
eligible for promotion to the post of chief.
It's a PCB.
Because you see, eligibility has to be in the context of your qualification. Yes, from the post that you are holding, the post to which one can get promotion are these. That is another thing. But just because that is one of the posts to which one can get promotion,
That is
Correct.
subject to a lot of other factors. Yes,
subject to
yes,
a lot of other
yes,
things.
yes.
So this is how I am seeing 43. So that's why I'm saying your perception and my perception, let us now see together which perception stands. All right. Yes.
All things being equal, I'm assuming all things being equal. the
No,
ed-
no, you're reading that. You're reading that all things are equal. Let's not assume anything here. Just read 43.
Yes,
Plain and simple.
yes.
Why are we assuming that all things are equal?
Pursuant to the direction issued by the Honorable Guwahati High Court in WPC number 912 of 2011 on 6/4/2015. And also in consideration of the opinion of the expert committee constituted by the board in its 98th board meeting on the direction of the Honorable Guwahati High Court, which concluded that MSc in Ecology and Environment is a part of MSc in Biological Science for the purpose of promotion to the post of deputy analyst and analyst redesignated as senior environmental scientist and chief environmental scientist respectively from assistant analyst redesignated as executive environmental scientist.
Pause here. Now, take a pause here. So what is this conclusion means that according to me, okay, that MSc in ecology and environment is a part of MSc in biological science for the purpose of promotion to the post of senior environmental scientist and chief environmental scientist. Correct? Now, this does not nowhere indicates that which mode, what is valid, what is not valid. It simply concludes that that MSc in ecology environment is equivalent to MSc in biology.
Or that-
For consideration for promotion to these
Yes.
two posts. That's it, right? Then let's read the next part. The notional promotional order promoting so and so from the post of assistant executive environmental scientist to the post of executive so and so is made absolute. Nothing is wrong.
Nothing is wrong.
Because to that post, you don't need an MSc in ecology and environment. Correct.
By requiring for senior environmental scientist.
Correct. But that where in this notification, the board have said that an MSc in ecology and environment obtained from a distance mode off campus is also an a valid degree and can be considered. Where is it said? Then how do you draw this inference?
The course is valid. No, now your lordship would see the board has blown.
Sorry, Mr. Sharma,
The board
this
is,
court is not going to accept this argument of yours because 43 nowhere
yes,
talks about that.
no, because just
You cannot, shoot the gun on the basis of 43.
just one submission, just one submission.
43 is not giving you any
No,
benefit.
but just one submission.
Yes,
The
yes,
board,
of course.
the board has blown hot and cold on this order. The reason being,
No, no.
I was promoted to senior environmental scientist. I was promoted.
Where is that promotion on?
I retired as a chief senior environmental scientist. That's a submission. I
No,
retired.
no, senior for senior environmental
Yes.
scientist. What is the degree that you require? What is the eligibility
Yes,
degree?
Your
Do you need an MSc in ecology?
Yes, I'll just go through that. Your lordship, just go. I'll
Do you need MSc ecology? Because right now we are concerned with chief environmental scientist, correct? Additional chief.
Additional chief.
What is the eligibility for senior environmental scientist?
Yes. Yes, the lordship will kindly come to page 60.
Page
60. Page 60. It's a table,
one,
lordship.
1 second.
Yes, page 60.
60.
Yes, 60, your lordship. It's a table, table number 3.
Yes.
Table number 3 is where I retired. Serial number 3.
Forget all that. Now
Your
let's-
lordship will kindly come to the last
here.
column. The last column, remarks, last column. Only MSc degree holders shall be promoted to this level.
to the level of senior.
Environmental scientist. And I retired as a senior environmental scientist.
Mr. Garwa, for the promotion to the post of senior environmental scientist, MSc degree is required,
Yes.
correct or not
Same,
correct?
same.
Then how was the petitioner promoted to this post?
That was a not deliberate mistake. And the mistake
Where
was,
have you explained that in your affidavit?
like, the board, while coming to the conclusion, have arrived at all this thing has been noted down in the board
Where?
resolution.
Just show me where.
Yes.
Because here it appears that
Because
for that
ultimately,
post.
A
for that-
deliberate, not a deliberate mistake, a mistake once committed cannot be repeated. So that's
Correct.
why we want to rectify the entire thing.
Mr. Borwa, I appreciate the argument, but that is why I want to see your stand. Where is the stand? Because illegality cannot be perpetuated. There is no difficulty in understanding that.
I'm just, I have noted down, but I just don't remember immediately.
No,
I was trying to figure out where
Alright.
I have to.
Mr. Sharma, where is the stand taken and?
No, I'm just going through
Exist. This issue has to be dealt with
Yes.
by the PCB, isn't it, Mr. Deka? Because no doubt illegality cannot be perpetuated, but first of all, how he was given promotion, how he have been realized, These things has to come out
That issue has been
because,
dealt-
where is that, the document that you had shown me, the decision-making process document?
103.
Have they discussed anything about this
That is
point?
not been discussed. That's where I'm at.
10?
Yes, yes, it is there, madam.
Agenda item one.
Yes, yes,
Third
yes,
paragraph,
there,
last paragraph,
Page?
103.
103, the agenda number one.
1 second, let me first reach there.
Yes.
You all are getting very anxious. What's wrong, I think, with the pages? Oh, no, I got it. Yes, agenda?
Agenda number 104.6.
Yes, yes,
Last
that-
paragraph.
yes.
Promotion of SE.
Yes.
After deliberation on the issue and also considering the comment of the standing council that the order of the Supreme Court in the year 2012 should be honored and mistake already done should not be repeated.
Yes,
The board took the resolution that the
I'm not
candidature of
taking-
Phil-
I have taken a call on that, Mr. Sharma. You certainly have a point, but illegality can illegality be perpetuated?
Maybe it was not constituted an illegality at that point in time.
But
Subject to what-
subsequently they realized. Now, you see, you have to understand the limitation of judicial review in such matters. This cannot now test the decision on the merit of the decision, but they look into the decision-making process. You have to show that the decision-making process is unfair, arbitrary.
These
This
these are
is
my,
fair. They are being fair.
these are my submissions. I'm exhausted.
Now, if they would have committed this mistake, Mr. Decca would have been this side. And this court would have a difficult time in setting that aside then.
But Mr. Dekka's client, my senior's client, did not challenge the decision in 2015. He was probably happy
Maybe,
with it,
but,
but again, that's been later.
But he
when that
hasn't
we're not-
challenged it
let's
now
leave it there.
also.
We're not exiting that
It
now.
is you who has come challenging his promotion. You have to make out a case before you get a writ direction in your favor.
These are my submissions. These are my submissions.
Take your seat. What is this? The UGC regulations?
That is the regulation which regulates the private universities.
Anything particular from here
there-
you want to show?
There, that it cannot open a study center is written clearly,
Off-campus center
everything.
means,
Three,
uh-uh.
three subclause 3.3.
no, here off-campus center is defined. Means a center of the private university established by it outside the main, which I just said, within or outside the state. Because in common parlance, that could only be the meaning of an off-campus, and here the regulation makes it clear, UGC.
Then 3.3. Next page.
A private university shall operate ordinarily within the boundary of the state concerned. However, after the development of main campus, is so and so it may be permitted to open off-campus centers, offshore campuses and study centers after 5 years of its community, subject to the following conditions. Shall be set up with the prior
Prior
approval of
approval and
UGC,
that of the state
state
government.
government, whether this is not done here.
This is not. It is clear from the letter that UGC never has given, and my learned friend is saying that UGC has not given such permission to anyone.
Yes, that is
That is the
evident from their
Evident.
affidavit.
We have not given.
Alright. The two notifications which you had relied were এখন notification আগতে দিছে আসলে তুমি decide আছে নালে কনফিউজ হয়ে যাবে
That it is simply written August 2014.
then huh?
August 2014 and the 27th.
Yes, yes, August 14 and 28
27, the public notice on 27th is few pages.
judgment, huh? M. Sharma, na? Heard Mr. M. Sharma, learned counsel for the petitioner, item number 3, Dave. 3, right, item number? Also heard Mr. N. Dekha, learned counsel appearing for respondent number 5. S. Barwa, learned standing counsel, PCB Assam, for respondent number 3, 2 and 3, and Mr. Mohanta? N. N. Mohanta, on behalf of Mr. A. Chalia, learned Samoha. But your presence is okay for respondent number 4. Respondent number 4, huh? With bracket UGC. The brief facts. Oh no, before that. By way of this petition, under Article 2 to 6 of the Constitution of India, the petitioner is challenging the impugned order dated 22/7/2022 insofar as it relates to the promotion of respondent number 5 to the post of additional chief environmental scientist. Inter alia. The brief facts of the case is that
May I be excused for the last
Yes,
one?
yes. The petitioner number 1 had completed his BSc in botany from the Guwahati University in the year 1985 and thereafter his MSc in ecology and environment in the year 2003 from Sikkim Manipal University. And the petitioner number 2 has completed his BSc in chemistry from the Guwahati University in the year 1986 and thereafter his MSc in ecology and environment in the year 2006 from Sikkim Manipal University. that the petitioners being the petitioners the petitioners were initially appointed as assistant chemist within bracket redesignated as assistant environment scientist, hereinafter referred to as AEF. Bracket close, agote kore dibo, hereinafter, under the Pollution Control Board, Assam, within bracket Employee Service Regulations 2012, in the year 1987 and 1989 respectively. Whereas the when did respondent number 5 was appointed? Whereas the respondent number 5 was appointed to the post of, you have his affidavit.
I'll find out, Your Lordship.
Yeah, just give me that date because it is better to say it here
Yes,
only.
yes. It's 1994.
1994.
He joined as a chemist on 5/2/1990.
Just go slow, Mr. Sharma, just go slow. Whereas the respondent number 5, yes,
Joined as a chemist
joined as a chemist within bracket AES in the year
1994.
1994. Stop. During their service tenure, a controversy arose during the year 2011 as to whether an MSc degree in ecology and environment can be equated with an MSc degree in chemistry, physics, biological science for consideration for the promotional requirements for the post of Senior Executive Environment Scientist from Assistant Executive Environment Scientist and further promotion to the post of Senior Environment Scientist. In view of the aforesaid controversy, 2 writ petitions being WPC 912/2011 filed by the petitioner number 2 and WPC 6329/2013 filed by was filed by respondent number 5. For clarification on the said issue of equivalence. Thereafter, this court by judgment and order dated 6/4/2015 was pleased to refer the issue of equivalency of MSc in ecology and environment with MSc in biological science for the purpose of the aforesaid promotion before a committee of experts for expression of opinion on the said controversy. Accordingly, the expert committee, which is that meeting in its 98th board meeting, concluded that MSc in Ecology and Environment is equivalent to MSc in Biological Science for the purpose of promotion to the post of Senior Environmental Scientist and Chief Environmental Scientist from Assistant Analyst, from Executive Environmental Scientist. Thereafter, though the post of Additional Chief Environmental Scientist was lying vacant, has been lying vacant for a long time, and the petitioners being the senior-most persons available in the cadre of Senior Environmental Scientist, no steps for promoting the petitioners was taken by the respondent PCB. On the contrary, the respondent authorities, by order dated 22/7/2022, promoted the respondent number 5 to the rank of Additional Chief Environmental Scientist over the claims of the petitioners. Accordingly, this writ petition has been filed. Mr. Sharma, learned counsel for the petitioner, submits that as per the inter se seniority, it is apparent that petitioner number 1 and petitioner number 2 are senior to respondent number 5 and are eligible and are accordingly eligible for promotion to the post of additional chief, what is it called?
Additional Chief Environmental Scientist.
Chief Environmental
AES.
Scientist. ACES. ACES.
AES.
He further submits that the issue of relevance, the issue of equivalence of MSc degree in ecology and environment being determined by the expert committee constituted as per the judgment and order of this court dated at 6/4/2015 in WPC 912/2011 and WPC 6329 of 2013, comma, the respondent authorities ought not have ignored the petitioners for consideration for promotion to the post of ACES. Stop. He further submits that the petitioners are duly qualified to be promoted to the post of ACES and that the petitioners obtained their master's degree in ecology and environment from the Sikkim Manipal University during 2002 and 2006, respectively, by way of distance education program, and that the UGC had accorded post facto approval to the Sikkim Manipal University to conduct distance education course during the said period. He further submits that the concept of an off-campus stroke study center is distinctively separate from an examination center,
Grateful for this.
and that during the period when the petitioners had completed their masters, there was no prohibition on conduct of examination centers outside the parent university. He further submits that such a prohibition was introduced only in the year 2012 for the first time by notification dated 31/1/2012. Stop. He further submits that the petitioners having already obtained their master's degree by then, their rights having accrued, the same cannot be taken away subsequently by applying the regulation, rule, law retrospective. He further submits that the respondent PCB had endorsed the suitability of the petitioners to the post of ACS by office order dated 6/7/2015, which having not been cancelled nor rescinded, the respondent PCB is stopped to act contrary to the same. He further submits that the respondent PCB, right, office orders dated 8/10/2013, 6/7/2015, and 6/7/2015 had assessed the suitability of the master's degrees obtained by the petitioners and thereafter promoted the petitioners to the post of senior environmental scientist. And hence cannot turn back on their own mandate at the fact end of the petitioner's career, depriving the petitioners of their legitimate expectation and right to be considered for promotion to the subject post of ACES. Stop. He further draws the attention of this court to the gradation list dated 22/7/2022, wherein the inter-C seniority was fixed. This is for the post of,
This is the cadre of.
in the cadre of
Senior environmental scientist.
senior environmental scientist,
27/6/2022, Your Lordship.
27/6/2022,
27/6/2022.
where the petitioner number 1 and petitioner number 2 were at serial numbers 1 and 2 respectively, whereas the respondent number 5 was at serial number 3. Stop. He accordingly submits that the petitioners having all the necessary qualification for promotion to the post of ACS, comma, and both being senior to respondent number 5, the impugned promotion of respondent number 5 to the post of ACES is totally arbitrary, illegal, and bad in law. He further submits that, where is that written thing that you pointed out? That if you ignore the senior most, then there has to be reasons in writing.
That is at page 56. Page 53, my lord, page 53. Page 53, which is 3E, page 53, it's subclause E. Promotion from the level of EES to SES and above.
Page 53.
Yes, Your Lordship, page 53 of the regulation.
I thought I marked it.
Clause E.
No, not clause E. If you
Oh,
ignore,
that one. I apologize, Your Lordship. That is at
yes, I got it.
56.
He further,
Page-
he further submits that as per clause 2, clause 12 2B of the
Service regulations 2012.
of the pollution report regulation to proceed regulation of the regulation 2012 under it is imperative for the respondent PCB to record in writing the reasons for not selecting an employee who is senior to an employee selected for promotion. He accordingly submits that he accordingly submits that no reason for ignoring the petitioners while promoting the respondent number 5, who is admittedly junior to them, to the subject post of so and so, is discernible from the promotion, from the impugned order and the materials produced by the respondent PCB in support of their in support of the impugned promotion. Correct. I think I have covered all your
Yes,
submissions.
yes, I'm grateful, Your Lordship.
Per contra, Mr. Deka submits that the expert committee has only decided the issue as to the equivalence of MSc ecology so and so with MS degrees obtained by an university which is not a recognized university. He further submits that the petitioners has acquired the requisite and not requisite, the MSc so and so degree from the Sikkim Sikkim Manipal University through, what is it called? Through off
Distance
campus within
campus.
bracket, there was something more, no? Off campus study center located at Guwahati. Stop. He further submits that as per the decision of the apex court in the case of
Professor Yashpal.
Professor Yashpal versus so and so reported in 2005, volume 5, SEC 420. No off-campus centers can operate outside the state in a state in which the university is situated under the State Act, correct? Under the State Act,
Yes.
unless it is, unless the parliament by enacting a law permits the same. So, he further submits that in pursuant to the decision of the apex court in Professor Yashpal Supra case, UGC has from time to time issued circulars and guidelines to the colleges and universities and state not to operate off-campus centers outside the territorial jurisdiction of the university. I think Mr. Dekka's submissions were that, Mr. Dekka, did you hear? I had just recorded your submissions. Mr. Borwa, anything left out from Mr. Dekka's submission? I'm coming to you. Your main submission was that Yashpal's Professor Yashpal and those time to time guidelines of that is your main, isn't it?
There is no error in the
He accordingly submits that the promotion the impugned promotion order, no, he accordingly submits that the petitioners having obtained the degree in question from off-campus study centers situated outside the territorial jurisdiction of Sikkim, of the state of Sikkim, the same is not valid and hence cannot be said to possess the degree, possess the requisite degree for promotion to the post of AES. AECS. ACES. Now, he accordingly submits that the impugned promotion of R5 as such is not to be interfered with. Stop. Mr. S. Borwal, Learned Standing Council, PCB, submits that, where is that higher education? Submits that pursuant to the decision of the apex court in Professor Yaspal and others, the Commissioner and Secretary to the Government of Assam Higher Education Department has issued Office Memorandum dated 9/7/2012, whereby the Director of Higher Education, Assam, and Director of Technical Education, Assam, and Director of Education, were directed to ensure that no off-campus center stroke study center and the centers operating through franchisees be opened by the university outside their specific territorial jurisdiction. And in cases where a university has already started an off-campus study center, comma, not comma, and the centers are operating through franchise in the state, comma, the same is to be closed immediately. And that no distance education program shall be started without the prior approval for the Distance Education Council. He further submits that the minutes of the board meeting dated 2/7/2022, wherein the board had decided to consider the respondent number 5 for promotion to the subject post of ACES has specifically taken note of the fact that the petitioners are not eligible for promotion to the said post as they do not have the requisite qualifications. He further emphasized that, no, stop. He accordingly submits that the decision-making process being fair cannot be interfered with. Stop. Mr. So-and-so Mohanto, Learned Counsel for respondent UGC submits that. What page was your affidavit? Page number 80.
মই দাদা এতিয়া গোটেইখিনি সেইটো মই আপোনাক কৈছো ended at 79. Yes. 152 হ'ব।
Hmm?
It should be 152. The UGC is the affidavit of the DCP. It will work. It will work. Sure.
152.
Starts at one.
Yes.
Some confusion.
Submits that UGC has never granted approval to any university to open any off-campus study center outside the territorial jurisdiction stroke limit of a university. He further submits that any degree or diploma obtained from any off-campus study centers operating illegally outside the jurisdiction of the state is invalid. I think the arguments I have covered. I'll dictate the rest inside. Agitated close.
These universities have actually, the universities have built a generation of
Sorry,
employees. These universities, the private universities.
Mr. Sharma, let us stop it there only. Dekha, these days you will see a lot of anxiety in the young generation lawyers when they argue briefs. I think also good, no? Any other matters? All right, item
Item 4, man.
20.
4.
Yes.
Any other device?
Deliver. Next. Next, Mr. Will not Kuru 9 None appears, relist. Next. Pick a date, 2 weeks. Interim order, if any, shall continue till the next date of listing. None appears, relist after 2 weeks. 9. Yes. Date deliver. Next. None appears, relist after Bihu at a date deliver. None appears, 14. That is your Yes. After being, but this is a part heard, this is that appeal. Yes, yes, 7th April. You ask the amicus and the legal aid council to be present. You're on behalf of the legal aid council. 7th.
This matter heard by your lordship asked me to produce some more judgment regarding the certificate. That certificate is the conclusive proof of the determining the age that I have brought.
Monday?
I have to, no, than any other day, madam.
Tell me. When?
Any other day, as per for me.